See you later.
No. I saw Pixel Plus actually talking about this, but do you think retro game collecting is dead?
Dead? No. I think it's slowed down a little bit. I think something is always someone's retro. So
That's
maybe
what I was
right.
thinking.
It's
just going to shift over.
It's going to shift over, right? So now you're getting into like I know 64 was very hot for like recently, but you're going to start getting into PlayStation 1 and then honestly freaking PlayStation 2.
Oh, PlayStation 2 right now is
and PlayStation 3 after that.
GameCube is already pricey.
GameCube.
The GameCube, yeah, it's been up for a while.
So dead? No, yeah. I just think the collectors have changed and the focus has changed. Mm-hmm. And what's the rule on retro? 2 consoles? Two gens back is retro?
What's the average life at this point?
I don't think there's an official
That's
definition.
The other thing too. What is the average life?
Because I would say Xbox and PlayStation 2 and GameCube would be considered retro. Anything after that, like a Wii, is anybody considering Wii retro? Probably not.
Wouldn't. But that's the thing is PlayStation 2 came out in 2000, but they continued to make games for that until what, like 2015 or 18 or something. So like.
To me, I don't know. To me, it's hard to call PS2 and GameCube retro. I'll say maybe put PlayStation 1.
I think to a 15-year-old it is though.
And I was about to say that because for us, we were adults.
Yeah,
everybody's retro is
to some
different.
kid 20 years ago. That I mean, look when we started this the show the channel. I mean.
To some 5-year-old in 2000, you're right though. To some 5-year-old in 2000 who was like they grew up on PS2,
they're considering
they grew up on PS3.
They'll argue that's retro.
That's retro to them, right? And that's exactly.
No,
what
yeah.
I just
When
said.
you're out of high school already, it's hard to make that
exactly. Yes,
but that's where we were at this. At that point.
Because the last console we got,
just stinking old, man.
Or the last console that we got, at least I was still in high school at the time, was the 64.
Yeah,
but we got that in what 96 or so.
No, yeah, I was already
you were out of high school then.
I didn't get the I didn't get my 64. I put my 60. I worked at Walmart in the toy department in 99, 2000, and I put mine on a layaway. That's when I got it. I got the one that came packed with the Star Wars. What was the game?
So you got it a while after it had already been out.
The episode 1, Pod Racer.
Pod Racer.
It was a pod racing combo. That's when I got it. No. But I remember playing 64 in like 96 when it came out.
I think you got it in 96 or 97.
I didn't have a job in 96 or 97. My first, the one I bought was okay. Well, when did that? It couldn't have come out before 99.
Was that the one in the fireplace?
Because episode 1 was in 99. Yeah, that was it. That was my 64.
Well, yeah, episode 1 was 99.
Mm-hmm.
The very latest or earliest it would have come out.
Right.
So that would.
Now I played it before, but I didn't have my own until then.
That would have been 3 years.
Maybe I'm just remembering wrong then.
You're totally remembering wrong.
Because PlayStation 2 came out in 2000, and there's no way that you had the 64 when PlayStation 2 was out.
You guys were playing wrestling. It was the one that was sitting.
Oh, I know. I remember.
It was the one sitting in the fireplace.
And you didn't have one before that?
I didn't.
Nobody did?
My mom did. That's where I played That's where I played Mario 64. I never had one though.
Adding up. Why do I remember getting one from Sears at Six Flags Mall?
I don't know. False memory? Implanted memory from alien abduction? I don't know.
An alien abducted you, and they're like, "Oh crap! Well, we need to fill this with something."
That makes sense, actually. No, because you were there, which is why I don't. The whole 99 thing doesn't seem right to me.
I promise you, I did not have one until that combo.
Is that why you got it? But was because of the Star Wars game?
Well, that was my second job working at Walmart, so I had a little extra spending money. That was the big reason, is I had the money, and even then I didn't have the money. I had to put it on layaway.
Maybe
because remember I put the web TV on layaway too.
Web TV.
This is the first time we had internet.
Yeah, web TV was great.
So 99, 2000, yeah, that's when I first got it. Now I don't know what you were doing, where you were, but you ended up with the PlayStation. We had the PlayStation. No, Rufus. It was Rufus's PlayStation. We didn't have a Nintendo then, and that was in like 97, 98.
No, okay, we did not. You're right.
That was 97, 98. We didn't even have a memory card, remember?
I'm just remembering wrong.
You're totally remembering wrong. There was no Nintendo 64 at that point. I was playing Suikoden. You guys were playing, I don't know.
Final Fantasy VII.
And there was no memory cards. You just pause it and go to sleep.
Yeah. Maybe you just remember playing the fucking demo that was at Sears.
Maybe maybe that's all it was. Yeah, I don't shop at Sears, so.
So I remember, I think you were the first person to also get a GameCube. Because remember, you had a GameCube, and we would all, you'd come home from work and, hey, I got a new game. I remember that's the first time I played Matrix Revolutions. Revolutions, I think that's what it was.
Resident Evil 4 is what hooked me on the franchise. I remember coming home and you were like, dude, you got to play this. And I was like, F Resident
I
Evil.
got that on the Xbox, not on the GaMecube.
No, you absolutely got it on the GameCube.
No, I didn't, because I had the GameCube in the little den area. In the main living room, we had the Xbox hooked up.
No. You got it on the GameCube. I know because
You're remembering the setup correctly, yes.
Because I ended up getting a GameCube too, and I got it on that, and I remember you came home and it was the game. Dude, I never played the Xbox ever. Like I never played that Xbox, but I know I played the GameCube.
I never played the Xbox. DOA beach volleyball.
I remember you got that Xbox, and I remember playing with the controller, and it was like the first original
big,
Xbox controller.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't use this. But I do remember we played a lot on the.
Talk about a disappointment. That Matrix Revolutions game was.
I thought it was fine.
No, I was excited for that one. That was a disappointment,
okay.
dude.
And then I remember you also got Ikaruga, and Ikaruga was a pain in the butt.
That's a tough one still.
And I think Ready to Rumble.
Ready to Rumble, for sure.
Oh yeah, and that was fun.
That was a fun one.
And I remember you were like, okay, I would get the GameCube because of this, but it was on PlayStation 2 also. So you're like, okay, what's the point? But you played a lot of Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube.
I did, and then it came out on PS2.
And you played it more.
I played it more on PS2 than I did. I think I went through that game like 7 or 8 times on GameCube.
Yeah.
And then like 9 to 11 times on PlayStation 2.
Eternal Darkness was a really fun one.
Yeah.
On the GameCube.
I remember, yeah.
Such an original game. I remember playing the GameCube version of Skies of Arcadia, which I really liked. I didn't have the Dreamcast one.
That is one of the best games I've ever played, is Skies of Arcadia.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'd still like to get the soundtrack. Like, I don't know if it came out on CD, but I'd like to get that. Yeah, that was a great one.
Yeah,
the GameCube, I think, the GameCube, man, I don't think Nintendo tapped into its full potential like we were talking about with. They were, especially at that point, they were really weird with third-party support.
Yeah, they were.
Do you remember that? Like, everything was going on PlayStation. And I think a lot of it was just because Nintendo was hard-headed. You know, they got Resident Evil, but then they couldn't, I mean, it was exclusive for a little bit. Mm-hmm. You know, and then Capcom was like, yeah, we got to put this over here because there's too much money to be made.
And they had some good Resident Evil games on the GameCube.
The Resident Evil Zero was amazing looking. Yeah, I love that one.
I remember, I haven't played it in a long time, so maybe it doesn't hold up. But I remember when it came out, I liked it.
Yeah, you probably played that at my place too.
I did, absolutely.
At that point,
100% did. You would bring home games all the time. I don't know if you were renting them or buying them.
I was buying them, and dude, I was going to college at the time, and I remember I needed some money, and I sold a lot of my games. And I remember when they told me the total of what they were going to give me, I almost backed out, and I really wish I would have, because I mean, it was like, I mean, dude, I mean, it would have been like Wendy's for like 5 meals or something. Like, it was hardly anything, dude.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was sick to my stomach when they said the total, but I needed the money, and I went through with it, and that one still hurts, man, because they robbed me on that one.
It ain't dead. It ain't dead. I think, again, certain eras of retro are cooling off. I've even seen it with, pricing. Like, I'm on Marketplace a lot looking for various things, but I see video game bundles up there, and I'm like, okay, that's not half bad price.
I want to say yes, prices will go down, but at this point you have iconic franchises that I don't think you'll see go down to Mario Brothers or Zelda. You know what I mean? Like,
Mario 3 is probably going to remain $20, $30.
It's like Disney memorabilia from the 30s and stuff is still pricey because everybody knows who Mickey Mouse is. Everybody knows who Donald is. I mean, other stuff, yeah, it's not going to be as popular, but Nintendo, I think, is when you really started seeing those Okay. Broken chair. Nintendo's when you.
I'm glad that was you, not one of us.
No shit,
you just
dude.
know
Can
how
you
to.
imagine how bitchy he'd
Yeah,
be about it
exactly.
right now? Oh my god, you broke my chair!
I probably would have.
You absolutely would have.
You just had a Mario movie go #1.
It was good though. Did you see it?
It's fantastic
It's
in my
good.
opinion. But that's my point, though. Is at this point, I mean, Mario is as popular as Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, he's iconic.
So, with like in television and Atari, how many of those franchises, if you will, are still? I mean, how Q*bert? I like Q*bert, but Q*bert's not popular. You know, there's nothing there.
No, it's not Mario
There's
popular.
nothing there to really still draw the attention of younger people to that generation
even
of
Pac-Man
consoles.
cooled off. Look how hot Pac-Man,
Yeah.
Pac-Man Fever, and that whole bit that cooled off though. There was cartoons and cereals and
It's
all
not.
kinds
It's
of
not
stuff.
nearly on the same level as something like a Zelda or
No,
Mario
it's not.
or even a Donkey Kong. You know.
It's really not.
Well, it's just in every thing that becomes popular and people want to collect, it's just a matter of time before it starts dropping down again because the people
Yeah.
that are into that are replaced by the people who are not into that.
Yeah.
My point though is that with the NES, you got to the point to where there were popular enough characters to where it's still going to intrigue and there's going to be a market there, I think, even for younger generations because that's going to be the beginning of a lot of these iconic characters. So you're gonna get, you know, even in 20 years, there's going to be a new generation of collectors that are going to be like, that's when Mario came out. That was the first Mario game. Mario's still going to be popular, so there's still going to be a demand or for that.
Yes, but
And you didn't have that with earlier generations of systems.
those people are probably going to be playing it in a different way other than hooking an NES up to the TV.
Emulation or something.
You know what I mean? There'll be that appreciation for history, sure. But as far as like taking an NES and hooking it up to a television, not so much. So that's why
You got to
that's
understand,
gonna affect the
we
collecting.
didn't have that because we went through the progression of gaming.
But I'm talking.
So,
I'm
like-
talking about collectors. I'm not talking about video game players. You know, what are you going to collect if it's a downloadable game? That's not a collection.
It's not a collection.
I don't know if that whole NFT
Okay, now we're
bull
going
crap.
to start getting into like physical media and
Well,
whatnot.
okay, let's specify then. Physical media collectors. I think there's still going to be demand for a lot of even NES is iconic at this point.
There'll
The
still be a
original
demand.
Nintendo.
There'll still be a demand, but not even close to what it is now.
Well, I agree, but it's still going to be something that's not going to be on life support like the Intellivision. You know, how many people are super excited about collecting for Intellivision?
No, I mean the people are in the television. They're in their 40s, and then soon to be 50s and 60s. They're gonna be dying off soon. We're all.
Wow, thanks.
Well, yeah, I mean, such is life.
You're
but
dying off soon.
Such is life. But
see,
it just means that like those people, the people that came before us, they don't care. So nobody's going to care about owning a television. It's just the way it is.
Well, it wasn't as mainstream either.
When it comes to collecting, we're going to start getting into a point where there's going to be less physical media out there.
But that might work in some of these consoles' favor because those are going to be some of the last ones where there is actual physical media that people can collect. I'm not saying that prices are going to stay inflated the way they are. They're definitely going to be a huge correction.
Oh, for sure.
I'm just saying there's still going to be a demand for something like the NES in 20, 30 years. Just
I
because,
hope so.
just the same way that Disney collectibles from the 30s and 40s and 50s are still something
I hope you're right.
that younger people
I hope you're right.
want to collect. Whereas it's not going to be the same with something like the Atari or the Intellivision or
Excuse me.
what was it, the Odyssey, you know, that type of stuff. That's not going to have the longevity as far as any type of...
See, those people, like
You
Billy
know-
was saying, the people who grew up on Atari, they're 50s plus. You know, like we had Atari too, obviously, but we were at the very younger end of that spectrum. So someone who would have been 15 when the Atari and Television, ColecoVision came out, they're now 60, pushing 60.
No doubt. And when
They just don't
when
give
the
a
people
shit.
who grew up on NES start to be 70 and 80 and start to die off and whatnot, the demand is gonna go down
Yeah.
too. But I'm saying it's not going to be an obsolete collecting focus for people, just because it is more of a cultural thing at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with the longevity of something like Mario and Zelda in the pop culture.
Yeah, they're iconic.
That,
well, the fact that they're still making games for them is part of it too. But
okay, so we're not saying that we're not saying that collecting is dead. There's always going to be people that want to collect. Sure, the popularity may increase and decrease, and I think we're having a little bit of a decrease in the popularity of collecting. And I think
certain
that's only
consoles,
natural.
yes, I think it's happening. Yes,
that's only natural. But what about in terms of like, do you think it's dead in that you can go out to a flea market or garage sale and actually find anything now?
I think it's harder, but I don't think it's impossible. When our sorry butts don't roll out of bed until noon and show up at 1:30 at a flea market, yeah, we're not finding anything at this point.
Well, let's by and large, we're all getting up a little bit earlier than we were when we started this show in 2011.
Earlier than 1
p.m. Yeah, and that was him.
We're still not getting to places till 10 in the morning, though.
Better than 2.
That's true, but my point is you can still find you have to work harder to find the deals, but the deals are still findable.
But it's been like that for a while, though.
Sure.
It's been like that for a while.
Sure.
As far as now, you got to understand, we live in an area with like 7.5 million people. So it's going to be harder for someone like us or someone who might live in like, the LA area or New York area or whatever. But I've been saying this for years. The deals are still out there. You just got to work harder to find them. We might have to drive
early
an hour,
bird
an
gets
hour
the
and a half
worm.
out of it. That's
We're
not
not
true,
early.
though. That's not always true.
Sure it is.
That's not always true.
Well, you increase your chances is what happens.
Yeah, okay, fine.
It's not always true or never true. It's just
When there's
you
other
increase your
people in
chances.
your area
speculate
looking
that.
for the same stuff, whoever gets there first gets the deals.
If it's out, but we've gone late in the day and found stuff.
We've gotten unusually lucky. There's no reason why we should have found any of the stuff that we have at the times we have.
You might be right about
but
that,
just
actually.
imagine what we missed that we never knew about.
I can't think about that stuff. I don't want to think about that stuff.
It's a thing, though.
I don't want to think about that stuff. Like I hear people go, I go to a garage sale. You got any Nintendo games? Oh, I had some yesterday. Just say no. Just say no. Don't make me be like, oh man, fuck, I should have came yesterday. Just say no.
Yeah, just had some big stack of them on the box.
Yep.
Sold them like 7 minutes ago. That guy right over there. And there's a guy holding a box going.
It's Dave.
But I think at a certain point the prices are going to go down naturally, anyways.
No,
because
I think
the people already have what they want.
Yes, and I think we're starting to see that. And when you were gone, I was just saying, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I go on Marketplace a lot looking for different things, and I've seen some halfway decent deals going on like Nintendo and Super Nintendo stuff.
We're also in the middle of a
Excuse me.
economic downturn, though.
Are we?
I kind of do. Prices on everything are going up, which means there's less expendable income that people have.
Okay.
Well, and then the first thing that people see that, hey, what can I get rid of? I need money. Well, it's going to be the things that you don't need.
Yeah.
It's going to be good, especially since they're at their probably their top in terms of prices.
And I think this is definitely a zenith now.
Do you want one?
I think the prices have to go down at this point.
See, this is the thing, though, and I've been saying this for a while now. I don't think we should just be doing games or just toys. I think we need to be doing pop culture stuff because that stuff's getting popular right now. I'm just saying, lunchboxes, vinyl records, all that kind of stuff.
The doily chasers.
Huh?
The doily chasers.
Well,
Yeah.
you're not saying we should do it because it's getting popular.
No.
He means making videos.
That's what I'm
somebody's going to
saying.
take
Dude,
that and twist it.
I got bags full of shit that I bought the other day. I bought a Snorks plushie. I bought
Vintage?
Yeah.
Well, how much Snorks merchandise is coming out now? So yeah.
None.
All right, that was a stupid question.
Yeah. I bought a Ren and Stimpy like serial log game something or other. I guess that was a thing on the show.
It's log.
Everyone
it's big,
loves
it's heavy,
a log.
it's
Right.
wood.
It's that, which it's kind of big too. It's I bought a I'm trying to think what else I bought. I'm gonna say this and there's a reason, and I bought a Guess skirt. Like, remember the brand Guess? Did he just look me up and down like, oh yeah, I put it on? You stupid, you dumb.
It wouldn't be the first time.
It's true. It's true.
So yeah, I did.
Oh my god!
Before it was even a thing.
Before it was a thing.
Oh my!
He's a trendsetter.
Is this my embarrassed face?
Dude, and I'm talking about like when we were kids even.
He made one ugly chick, man.
he-
He makes one ugly chick.
What do you mean made? He still makes an ugly broad.
I really hope you don't have those pics.
I do. I do have it on my computer scanned.
Do you really?
Yes.
Are you gonna put it up right now?
Of course I am.
We get the
Why would-
thumbnail.
why would I not? Hey, is Video Game Collecting dead with that picture? Has nothing to do with
hang on,
anything.
no. I feel it necessary to explain right now.
There's no explanation that you could have to justify what
Our cousins
happened.
were in town. Our cousins were in town, and they were like, "Hey, let us put makeup on you and dress you up." And I was like,
How is that an
I was like,
explanation?
hang on.
It's not. That's
I
what I'm
was like
saying.
12 or 13. And I was like, okay.
No,
So our
wait,
cousin-
it happened twice?
Dude, multiple
What are you
times.
talking about? No, it didn't.
Because the
Tom.
picture I have, you're like 20.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
He's right.
Hang on, wait.
He's
you have
right.
Another picture of me? Wait, what the hell?
Dude, it was like, it happened when you were a kid, and it continued to happen
It
into
didn't
adulthood.
continue. That doesn't continue to happen.
He has the photographic proof, and I know exactly what he's talking about.
I need to see this. It was shocked.
Oh, you'll see it.
No, it wasn't.
Photoshop.
You're gonna be like,
This
oh
is
dang, I
bull.
do remember that.
You show me the picture, and if I remember, I'll be like, ah, damn it. All right.
You'll remember.
Wait a minute. This wasn't the Halloween where we all dressed up like chicks, was it? Because that's different.
No,
All I know is that you're
no.
the only person in that picture.
You didn't need an excuse. There didn't need to be
was
Halloween
Monday.
for you to do this.
It was Monday.
Somebody wouldn't even get the full sentence out and be like, okay, done. And you'd already be changing.
Let's dress up like he's already.
Yeah.
What? No, I'm that Weatherman.
Are y'all done?
Yeah.
Are y'all done?
Yeah.
I want to see the stupid picture.
Oh, you'll see it.
I want to see the no.
I'm sure somebody will be in the stream. Will be, hey, bring up the video that has you in a dress.
There's video also?
I'm not saying
video.
I'm not saying I
gotcha.
didn't do it because I just admitted to an instance where I did. I was like 13. Our cousins were in from Houston and they were girls and they wanted to dress me up. They thought it'd be fun to put makeup on me, so I let them.
Did you do it because they were hot?
No. What? Jesus fucking Christ!
Because you let chicks do anything to you as long as they're hot. That's why. That's why.
What kind of accusation is that?
It's not an accusation. It's an observation.
Oh my gosh!
This happened when you were in high school a couple of times too.
No, it did not.
Yes, it did. And after high school,
You're of
No, it
age.
did
You're
not.
of age in the picture
What does
that I
of
have.
age mean?
You're.
What does of age mean?
means out of high school, you're at least 18.
It means I'm not a creep for having it on my computer.
I contest that statement, actually. Yes, you are.
I'm gonna have to start digging through old family photos now because I know there's photos of you as a kid doing it too. So this has been an ongoing thing with you. So
No, it has not.
Yeah, when you say you bought a guest dress, I looked you up and down
It's
like,
a skirt, not a dress.
what's the difference?
Well, a dress covers like from here.
He knows. He knows. I don't.
You don't know the difference between a dress and a skirt?
It's the same thing.
It's not the same
What's a
thing.
midriff?
No idea. Is that the shirts that come up a little bit? I don't know.
He has an idea. He has more than an idea. He has a definition.
Why did you buy a dress? Huh?
You know I'm in the process of trying to open up an 80s, 90s themed bar, right? It's decoration. Just like the snork is going to be decoration.
Decoration.
I think you were trying to be a sexy nurse or something.
Is that what you just went to in your stupid warped head?
The picture that I'm talking about. I think you were trying to dress up like a sexy nurse.
Dude, that's
What are you
disgusting.
talking
man.
about?
That is
No.
vile.
I know it's
You
disgusting.
gotta be ashamed of
I know
yourself.
This
it's
doesn't
disgusting.
exist. What do you mean ashamed of myself? I didn't do it.
You did do it.
Nah, I didn't do it. I better see
did
that fucking picture before this video goes
I
out.
bet Timothy has some photos of him too, dressed up.
If we ever start a YouTube channel, these better not come out.
You know which photo though I'm like so angry that we don't have. You know what it is? The one of him in the woods, looking like an absolute, like the biggest dork ever, dude.
I'm gonna
you
ask
look
your
like
mom if she's
you
got
might have
any
been like,
pictures of you when you were
yeah,
younger.
maybe she has the film.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go
You're
to the
like,
house.
ooh, like this, and you're all lanky and
And you-
skinny, and you're in the middle of the woods.
you
Like, it
wonder-
doesn't make any sense, but you look so stupid.
And you wonder why I make that face now. The same face.
Dude, the face you were making in that picture, the face you're making in that picture, it was like your mom was getting ready to take a picture, and she's like, "Oh, who's my handsome man? Smile for me, handsome." And you're like, "I know I'm handsome, Mom. Stop." That's the face you're making in that picture. You know where that picture was?
You can tell that's how he sounded back then.
Billy was like 15. He was
Yeah,
like 15.
that's about right.
He looked like a fucking dope. Like, not someone I would have hung out with in school. I'm just going to be honest, right? I stole the picture.
Hey, somebody
and hang
that
on.
even I wouldn't hang out with in school.
And that's bad, actually.
That's bad.
I
didn't
stole
hang out
the
with
picture
anyone.
from Billy, and I had it in a freaking DVD case so he wouldn't find it. And I wound up trading all those DVDs in at one point. So that picture, someone got a good laugh. Someone got a good laugh if they bought that DVD.
Somebody has that framed as a joke.
Dude, again, I'm gonna ask your mom. I'm gonna ask your mom if she has anything embarrassing on you.
She has to have
She has to.
the
She has to.
The negative?
the negatives. Yeah.
Yeah, no one threw negatives away.
You have to go through. Okay, I need the negatives from this year to this year.
I mean, I'll do
And
it.
start
I'll
going-
find it. I don't care.
Bullshit. That's why I said I'm just gonna go to the house and knock on the door because you won't
There's
do it.
no way you'll publicly
Nope.
use that photo.
won't do it.
I've put plenty of stuff that embarrasses
No, nothing like this one.
You know which
dude.
photo I like though? The one where me, you, and Rufus went to Nitro, that Nitro taping.
We look like such
He's
Oh, we
douchebags.
look
that
like
one-
idiots.
We look like
that one-
douchebags. We look like complete douchebags.
Yeah. People are like, oh, you're Slim Shady. No, I was like Big Papa Pump, had dyed hair, bleached blonde hair, and his goatee was bleached, and I did the same thing.
That was pretty darn close to your Slim Shady.
I didn't have a phase. I didn't dye my hair like that.
You didn't look like him, but dude, that's all that was coming out of your CD player.
Oh yeah, I'll agree with that.
What's changed?
Nothing actually. Nothing. I'm a Stan. I know it.
I'm
I
a Slim
know.
Shady. Everybody's a Slim Shady, and this is raise your hands if you're a Slim Shady. Please
You
stand
almost
up.
got
Please
the
stand
lyrics
up.
right, but yeah, I mean, I'll admit it. So what? I don't know. Is that funny? I don't get it.
Was that not spot on?
That was spot off. That was not even remotely on. I think you had two words that were the same.